Hello, everyone. Hi. I would love to see some people tune in. It feels so good to be back. And I would love for you guys to ask me questions as I have things to share with you today about C.H.A.I together. So let me see if some people pop on. Please comment below as you come on. Let me know you're here. So last time when I did ask me questions, I actually had a Google document, and Miss Lisa G had asked me questions, and I went on for about 17 minutes. It was really dope, and everyone loved it. So if you have a question for me, you can ask me, but in a few minutes, I will be sharing a few things. I see there's a few of you on, so please feel free to say hello, even if you don't have a question. I would love to hear from you. I feel great being back on. So, okay. I really want you guys to get in on what I'm going to share. So I just want a few hellos before I begin. So. How's everyone doing? What's today? Wednesday. I think so. Yeah. Entrepreneur life. All right. So what I want to share with you, firstly, I want to say thank you so much for all of the mug support. And I truly, truly enjoy it. And I want to share a little bit behind the scenes. Hi. I don't know. It's not telling me who you are, but thank you for your emoji. All right. So I want to share with you, I'm going to share with you the designs first on how, the logo came about. So yesterday, I actually had someone who asked me what this means here at the top. And this is actually the resemblance of a dia. That was not my intention, possibly subconsciously, but this is a flame. And this is, the base of it, which would be made out of clay originally. Dia is, traditional for Diwali. It's lighting of the lamp. It's, shining light on mental health journeys. Hi, much love. I love being back home. You guys see my little bonsai tree? It's so cute. I got it from Little. I'm sorry, I'm pointing. All right, so this right here, is a dia. In America, we would say lamp, and it represents, shining light and starting over, and, one journey at a time. That's what C.H.A.I Together is about. And I hand painted it myself. So this design right here, I hand painted myself, and my web designer did the logo over here. One journey at a time. This is all my own. And for those of you it started with my mom and her mental illnesses, which is why I started C.H.A.I Together, because a few people come to me and they don't know the background about it. And there's also the video inspiration behind C.H.A.I on YouTube, which is my first video that I did outside last summer, sitting in the grass. And here we are today. And I didn't have lighting, I didn't have a mic, I didn't have anything. And as you know, my coach, Mr. Les Brown, says you start with where you are, what you have. Message to me is more important. The content is more important than having the right things. The things will come, the money will come, but you have to start. If you don't start now, you're always going to be hesitant, and you're always going to be procrastinating to start. Okay, someone has a question. All right, let me just finish with this. So this is the dia, but I'm going to share the designs with you. So who is someone I want to interview? So I am really a big fan of Mr. Trent Shelton, and I've been following him for years. And I have his books, I've listened to every podcast. He's raw, he's real, he's inspirational. He started recording with his iPhone just outside as well as I did. And so it would be great to have him on. That's a dream. That's another vision of mine. Having Brian on last time, it was the best live I ever had. It was the longest live I ever had. And he's just so kind. And, it's really about getting to know people. This platform is really about building relationships. And one thing that I've learned from the week that I had off, I don't know, for those who don't know, I had a really painful skin infection all around my mouth here. thanks to antibiotics, it's gone. It was bumps, bleeding, and crusting skin. And my lips had actually split due to the temperature. I had a crack. It led to more splitting. Now I'm healed, and I'm grateful for that. There's so many things to say. There's so many things to say. Please let me know if you do have any more questions. I will answer them. And one thing that came to mind that I share with some friends is, the field that I'm in. Think about the women who have acid attacks, whose skin, is permanently damaged. The fact that I'm grateful and blessed, and I pray to God that, to have my face back, because I wasn't looking pretty. I wasn't, I wasn't able to do my lives, but I had that quiet time, right? Because being online so much that you don't have that quiet time, you're always go, go, go. So that was universe telling me to slow down, got the week off, and a bigger and greater idea came to me about Chai Together show I would be doing. Hi, Fernando. Hola, ¿cómo estás? You're so funny. I love you too. Those who you don't know, Fernanda, she has a great picture. Thank you. My little rainbow clouds and my lipstick and my haircut. It's all about loving yourself, right? I'm so happy to be back. I have all this energy to release like so many different things. Buenos dias. Man, need some Spanish lessons from you. Yeah, those of you who don't know Fernanda, she has a great picture with Mr. Les Brown. That's because she does a lot of great work. So you should check out her podcast, Positive Blueprints, and go on her page. And she's a nurse by background. So yeah. And she's a great friend. All right. So does anyone have a question before I dive into these prints? Because they're about to come. All right. I know there's a few of you watching me. No one's saying anything. It's like, do you guys just like staring at my face? Is that what's up? And the sun is out today. So when I woke up today, yeah, she is. I don't know who that is commenting, but she is. Where'd I get my glasses? Portia, Miss Portia, how are you today? I know you're going to get your mug. Hey, come on, Camel. I'm sorry. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. My glasses. Oh, how do I deal with fear? Dang. All right. My glasses are from this place in town, but they're originally from Italy. They actually cost, I believe, $495 when I bought them at the time, just for the frames. And the blue lining is actually from Thailand. I got the transitions. They actually did it without letting me know. But yeah, I'm looking to get a new pair. I'm excited. Thank you so much. All right, Fernanda asks, how do I deal with fear? That's very interesting. I do my best not to stay in that space. I do speak about it with someone. When there is someone, it's either, is my coach, John Tallarico, or Fernanda, or, someone I'm close to who I know has the expertise when I need it most. But when I first started Chai Together, for example, I had negative feedback from the people who heard me commenting things. However, when I reached out to my coach, John Tallarico, he's a great friend, a great person, just aligns with me. And he told me, he said, block them. He said, don't allow anyone to stop you. Just hearing that from someone else, even though you know it yourself, that's what I need. Most times that's how I, that's how I am. That's how I function, that I need to sometimes hear it from a friend. Like recently I called Fernanda and I shared something with her, and I need to hear from someone else that I'm correct about, my thoughts, that it's normal. Because when you come from a traumatic background, you start to question, yeah, Fernanda, you start to question, what's normal, what's not normal, because I never had boundaries. I never knew what healthy boundaries were. I didn't know that there's categories of friends. I didn't know a lot of different things that, families may teach their children. And I just didn't have that growing up. I'd never had a normal childhood. And of course, the ones who hurt me, they would possibly disagree or say you had more than me, things of that nature. And we're not going to get into that. But the fact is, whatever is real for you, whatever your experience is, no one can take that away from you or tell you how to define it. That's yours to hold on your own. And having respectful boundaries, now we're talking about boundaries suddenly, is, when you tell someone how you feel, that, hey, I don't appreciate that, the person keeps continuing to do it, you need to either cut that person off, since you've addressed it multiple times, or you need to distance yourself. You need to find a way. That's just an example. But going back to the fear, yeah, there was definitely fear for Chai Together, but one thing that I knew was I'm going to turn my pain into purpose and I'm going to keep sharing my journey. It wasn't about the guests at first, but I knew I wanted to always, such as I said in my recent posts, my trigger warning posts and different things, that I always wanted to be the one recording homeless people and sharing their journeys and just humanitarian philanthropist perspective. I did a lot of volunteer work. I taught in Thailand in 2019. For those of you who don't know, my background is in teaching. I love, love, love children. And from most of you know bits and pieces of my story, know that I had an abortion, which at the time my mental health was not good. That's why I do what I do. Thank you so much. And I'm here to share with you today. This is something I never shared before, aside from a few friends personally. I think I shared with Fernanda and Khadijah and a few other people, but I'm here to share with you today because I see there's a great amount of you tuning in that it's not easy. It's on my heart though. And it came to mind to share. This is perfect time because as you guys supported the mugs, I want to show you. I'm like a bit shaky. The time and Try Together came together was the day of my abortion. I had a dream that night after my surgery, and I was still homeless at the time. I was in a different house at this time. I moved 3, 4 houses. I was homeless for a period of 4 months. And when you're homeless, for those who you have been, it may be one of those things that if you can get through that, you can get through a lot of things. And people have their different perspectives on homelessness. I didn't have a permanent home, okay? So when you don't have that stability, you can't function right. Oh, thank you. I love you too, whoever said that. I can't see. You're not able to function properly. You're not able to have that, mental resolve because you don't have a base where you feel safe. I didn't know, oh, today I'm here, tomorrow I'm there. You're homeless. And to be pregnant and homeless, then to have an abortion, be homeless, that whole 4 month period that there was no stability. I was living out of a suitcase and I still have that suitcase here and I will get rid of it because I don't want to carry on that aura. But that feeling, knowing that, this is just a way of life, I knew that I had to change and I had to do something because, in order for me to live on, like I had to share my story because you can't suppress that. You can't keep that inside of you. So yeah, I just want to share with you now what came about. So this is from the time when I was homeless, and it's a poor sketch. It's just a doodle. This is a mug, okay? I dreamt about Chai Together the night of my abortion, and this is the first time I'm talking about it publicly. I always wanted to open a coffee shop, where it's half for kids, half for adults, where adults can have, some peace of mind in their section of the coffee shop, then an art studio in the other half of the coffee shop. That was my dream. And it was going to be free, community funded. I wanted to financially be free so I can fund it for the community, provide the paint, provide, the chalk. It would be like a chalkboard. Because, one thing that parents don't like, and me being a teacher, I'm very free spirited, as those of you who know me. And I'm not about limitations for kids. I allow kids to do what they want. That's the kind of parenting I would have had if I would have had my kids. And so I wanted them to color on the wall, do the things in that coffee shop that their parents wouldn't allow them to do. And of course, it would have things for kids as well, like a kids section and a parent section. But yeah, I just want to tell you, I dreamt of this mug and I dreamt of a baby inside this mug. And it was smiling at me. So I just want to read to you what it says here. So this is from January 25th, 2020. This is the day after my abortion. And it says, a dream to a dream. It says, tiny mouth, tiny nose, little round, light brown face, a lot of black curly hair, but you're not mine. Yeah. So that's just me being a bit transparent with you. I'm just sharing because I love to share, and talking is important, stories are important. I'm one of those people who don't have fear of sharing it. Obviously, I have a lot of courage and confidence, but I'm not perfect. And and there's a little baby in there you can't see. But yeah, I just want to share that. So that's how that first came about. And there's something I will share next time as well into how universe is aligned, how things can happen for a reason. It can be a blessing in disguise. Yes, I had a loss. However, I don't have a hateful feeling about it. Of course, I had therapy and I graduated, and my story isn't boom, like you're healed. There is no uh, end to healing, right? There's no end to, there's an end to living physically. It's whatever you believe in, but there's not an end. It's always evolvement, advancement, never ending change. Things are ever changing, and change is one of the most key things that happens on a daily basis. And some people cannot adjust to that well, but I'm really thankful to my resiliency to the trauma, that I'm very adaptable to change. And that's why I'm here today. And now I just want to share, because so many of you did purchase the mugs, almost everybody. So thankful. Those will be coming out to you soon. I just want to share with you all these little paintings that I did over the summer after I had an art therapy course, which is very therapeutic for me as like abortion therapy. I created a collage and different things. And this is just me being personal with you. I like to just come on. I've been off for a week, so I'm just chatting with you. So this is the first one originally, and this is actually on my fridge. I took it off for you. And I was urging to have it be a cup and a flame. This is what I did in summer, and this is what you have today. Printer, paper, cheap paint, cheap brush, possibly in the dollar store, whatever I had. I didn't have a lot of money or anything, and I just did with what I have. And this is to show you that you can do whatever the heck you want to do. And this is a funny one. It's round, but yeah. You guys can still ask me questions because I see you guys are tuning in. And I was like, oh, I messed up. It's like a boat. But I just really wanted to show you, I not wasted. I trialed and error a lot of paper and did different things. And this is really interesting. And this is not planned or anything. Like all my lives, the alignment, the matching with people, everything that I do, it truly is because I'm in the right space, doing the right thing, what I need to be doing, right? That's how you know. So I'm wearing these rainbow clouds by Miss Jennifer Kovar, who is a mental health advocate, and she's a counselor as well, and she's wonderful. She sent these from Cali, yeah. And so this is pretty awful. But it's like a rainbow, like I was doing or something. But just the fact that, I'm talking to you and things are aligned. And, I will show you the abortion collage and different things I can share with you next time. But I just wanted to bring this up to you that it really came about on a mug because I put it on paper, right? And yeah, and this is once I joined TR. This is once I joined Thinking into Results, which is, Mr. John Tillerico's course with Fernanda as well, who's on here. And that's once that happened, that when you align yourself with the right people, Mr. Michael Baptiste was just on, and I collaborate with him. And he's one of the reasons why these mugs are possible today, because I had to shift my money paradigm. I had to shift that block, with that stuck feeling, all that stuff. And that comes from a combination of self-development, from reading, from the people. But the community is the number one thing that shifted me. And I promise you that is the number one thing that shifted me, because if it wasn't for the people, the support, you're not able to move yourself unless you're self-inspired. That's the kind of personality archetype that you have. And like Michael was saying, that I don't even know what he was saying at this time, but yeah, what I wanted to share with you is that that's the most important thing, is the people. And I apologize, I forgot my train of thought. That happens, right? I'm live. This isn't tag, but yeah, I just wanted to tell you, that I'm happy. And oh, thank you, Emily, for reminding me. Only quality people. Yeah, the people. Okay, now I remember. Thank you so much, Em. I freaking love you. I was saying that Michael was saying, oh my God, I forgot again. I just love me. Yeah, the people. Oh, he was saying that the few months that he's known me, right? He's seen how me being in his course has brought alignment and strategy, right, to my posts and different things. And you don't even acknowledge it because it's in your subconscious, because these are the kind of people I'm surrounded by, people who network, entrepreneurs, coaches, and you become what you surround yourself by. And most of us may not have the best environment at home. At times, I don't. I have very challenging days at times. My mom, who has mental illness, and I distance myself, and she has paranoid schizophrenia. And for those of you who don't have a parent with mental illness, I can't say that you know what it's like, because it is very, very, very hard, and it's very challenging. And for me to stay stable as I am and stay focused, I am made out of something else. And I ain't made out of clay. Let me tell you that. I'm not made out of ceramic. I got something else in me, because if you can get through living with a parent, both parents with mental illness, you can get through anything. If you get through homelessness, you get through anything. If you can get through loss, like any kind of pain, and not take your life, you can get through anything. Like, I just don't, you know what I mean? I can't emphasize on that enough. Like, you can do it. I did it. You can do it in a year. My appearance, my hair, my rest, everything has changed. Yes, true grit. Thanks, truly grit. And some people are resilient and some people are not. And I remember when I didn't even know that I was. I remember when, I wasn't able to complete a task. Like, I used to paint. I wasn't able to follow through with my dreams, with my blog, this and that. I would allow their opinions to influence me and stop me. And I also suffer from clinical depression. I slept 14 hours a day most days, but no one around me, because no one has that knowledge, that education about mental health. Hey, these are symptoms of clinical depression. Hey, these are symptoms of body dysmorphia. Hey, whatever it is, nobody was there to help me get out of it but myself. I really, really, there was a time where I didn't believe in God, and I didn't believe in a higher power, because I said, why would the world do this to me? Why would God put me through this? Like, I didn't do anything. I was a good girl. I've been a good child. People did things to me and made me feel bad about myself, and even nicknamed me Sadness. Yeah. One of my family members nicknamed me in their phone Sadness. And I was a teenager, or young, 18, 19. The fact that instead of ridiculing, making fun of someone, or creating a nickname for them, how about you get them help? But the thing is, these people don't even know how to get somebody help. Like, they're so ignorant that they don't even know how to do that. That's why they are how they are, and you are how you are. But once again, I was self-reliant, self-inspired. I had to depend solely on me to get myself out of these situations. And that's why there was a time where I was like, I'm strong enough. It's like, I don't go to God to get me out of these things. I go to myself. And I just prayed at the same time. Thanks. That one day I want to wake up. I don't want to suffer anymore. I also didn't want to take my life, but I also didn't want to suffer at the same time. I was like, when is it going to end? It was like 12 years of suffering. I just turned 28. Like, when's it going to end? Anyway, that was a bit of my sharing. So, that's that, just talking. So, let me know if you have any more questions. So, it's wonderful talking, but I feel a bit lightheaded. Honestly, it's the lighting. So, let me know if you have questions for me. And Fernanda, if you're still on, I hope that I answered that fear question from earlier. Fear is real. There's good fear. I've heard, I've learned that fear can be good, but as long as you don't let the fear be like the terror barrier that we learn about in Mr. Bob Proctor's course, and thinking into results. That terror barrier, once you hit it and you stop, it's very hard to get back up. But if you hit it and you go through it, you can do it, So in the next 2 minutes, if there's no more questions, I'm gonna get off. So, but thanks everyone for all your support. I use my own mugs, of course. And yeah, this is a great comment. Great comment. Said, true, my family were in denial too. We can't reframe our mindset. Yeah, because we are still here and stronger today makes us more than resilient. Damn right. One more thing that comes to mind regarding this comment, Emily, is I remember there was someone on the app Clubhouse who had shared that this is something that they clarified for me later on, but when someone calls them, oh, you're so strong or you're so resilient, and someone can feel like, well, I don't want to be so strong or resilient. Like, why do I have to go through that to be this way? Right. But the thing is, then I learned from someone else that when you get to a place of solace, that that wouldn't bother you, that you would own being resilient. Like I own being resilient. I don't question myself like, oh, all this happened to me. Like, oh, I'm so strong, resilient. Oh, you're so brave, or you're so like other people can tell you that, but you have to own it for yourself. Yes, those things happened to me. It made me this way. This is a gift. This is a blessing. Now, this will help me face the world for the better, right? Because I went through all of that. So that's just one thing that came to mind, that there is no set place of healing, from what I'm learning from majority of people and from reading, that your set place of healing is just in you. And then radical forgiveness is also great, to radically just let go and not look back at that. One thing that I remember that Fernanda recently told me, Fernanda Castaneda, who's on here in the comments earlier, and she had said, accept it, address it, and move on. These two quick things: address something, move on. That's the way I live my life, because you don't want to stay in that space, right? You don't want to harbor on something. There's people, it may be you, and not that there's something wrong. We are all learning and growing and being ourselves, right? There's no set way. So the thing is, you don't want to harbor on something that's bothering you for a day, 2 days, so on. Like, definitely not a week. Like, you should not be suffering. The whole point is, don't suffer. Whatever it is on your heart, you need to let it out in a healthy way, right? Not in an abusive way, in a healthy way, whether that's painting, whatever, a hobby, talk to a therapist, talk to a friend. But also, one thing that I learned is not to also overwhelm your friends. Always check in. This is from Hitomi, on YouTube. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. She's great. Like, she is great. And she's been through some things, like things that I've been through and even worse possibly. And thanks, Em. She shared, yeah, to check in with your friends, to check in with your relationships, as in, like, she'll chat with her friend. She'll be like, hey, can you hold space for me today? And I really like that when she said that, hey, can you hold space for me today? I have something shared. Can you hold space for me for 2 hours, where she can let it all out to her friend? And this doesn't have to be the same friend or on a daily basis. You definitely don't want to overwhelm someone if they have something of their own going on. But for her to just check and say, hey, I really need to talk to someone. There's something on my heart. Can you hold space for me today? That's really meaningful. And that's really a bright way to look at it, where you're respecting the other person, their boundaries, seeing how they're doing, if they can make time for you today, going ahead and saying it, instead of doing it in a way where the person feels overwhelmed. You're just sending them texts, or you're just calling them, going on about something. Say like, hey, I need to talk about something. May I share this with you, in a polite way, where it doesn't scare someone off and it doesn't make them feel as if, where they can feel like they can still be there for you and be a great friend. I really enjoy that. To really put these keywords and things into practice is very important. I've learned in relationships. I remember when I was in a relationship in 2019, before I went to Thailand, I remember I wanted to communicate more with this ex of mine, and they don't communicate for whatever the root cause may be for them. And I wanted to ask, hey, let's check in weekly. What can we improve on in our relationship? What can we do to better it? And, that's not something we kept up with, but I really feel, not that I have been in a long-term relationship more than 8 months ever, due to trauma and things. But when I am ready to do that, and I do decide to be with someone and do that, I will definitely keep up with these methods that are healthy for a relationship. That, hey, like, what can we improve on? Is there something you want to address to me? Is there something I should know? Like, what's on your heart? And these are simple things we can do on a daily basis. But you know what? I find that I don't, and I know people around me possibly don't. But it's just to bring up that there is things you can do. And yeah, thanks all of you for tuning in. Just having a chat. I'm happy to be back. And earlier in this video, you can go back and replay and see some of the things that I shared that I've never shared before publicly, physically. And I would love for you to see that. And just happy to be sharing this space with you and for everyone's support. It's really immense. And, I'm still soaking it all in that I really created Chai together. And it's so surreal to me. And the sun's out today. And that I really created a platform and created a community of people and build these relationships for half a year. And where we're going is just on another level. And the dreams that I have, the plans that I have is on another level. Yeah. You're awesome. You're awesome. Really, really. Yeah, be silly. I really enjoy painting. And thanks. Can you please let me know who's happy to have you back because I'm not able to see it for whatever reason. I'm just being myself because that's all I know to be. You know what I mean? Just gotta be yourself. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, Ramon. Oh, thanks. You enjoy my personality. I enjoy myself. I remember in the last live, like I was just singing, dancing, doing the same thing I'm doing now because heck, this is who I am. And the I am is now hungry and gonna go. And Ramon, you should purchase your mug. I'll reach out to you. All right, I have to go pack mugs, guys. Write your beautiful, beautiful personalized cards and do my damn thing because that's what I'm here to do. Any more questions? I'll wait until 12:24. Any more questions? It's like I don't want to get off, but I need to, So. It's great outside. I want to go outside. Do you want to go outside? Does anyone have a question? Any last questions? It's 12:24. All right. I'll see you guys again on Try Together very, very, very shortly. I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. And the only way you can get rid of me is you block my ass. So love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on this chat. And I hope you replay, learn, unlearn, do whatever you need to do to move yourself forward. It's a new day. The sun is out. I don't know where you live. I always like to throw facts, but the fact that, 1.5 million people don't make it because of hunger, over 40,000 kids die each day or more. Think about that. From hunger, every person dies 2 seconds. So the fact that you're breathing, you're here, yeah. When you go, when you go through things and you become more grateful, that's a blessing. So, all right, I'm going. Bye.